In this video, I'll expose 3 ways online casinos trick roulette players out of millions of dollars every day and show you how to protect yourself from having your bank account drained by following a simple framework. I'm an online casino expert and an iGaming consultant. For the past 10 years, I have worked with the biggest gambling brands in the world, helping them design better products and reach sales KPIs. The first trick is so well disguised and elegant that people discuss it on Reddit subs to this day and try to create elaborate strategies based on it. I personally fell victim to this trick the first time I played roulette, and to be honest, it was pretty embarrassing due to the circumstances I was in. It was over a decade ago, I was maybe 3 months into my first job in the gambling industry. I traveled to London for my first iGaming conference to meet the big boss and the rest of the managers in the company. A lovely bunch of people, by the way. We're not all monsters, people who work in the gambling industry. The first evening, as a part of team building, we had a casino trip planned. Back then, I was focused more on the marketing side of things rather than the product. I didn't have the knowledge of the casino games I have now, and it was pretty crucial for me not to look stupid in front of my new colleagues that knew what they were doing. The group split mainly between the blackjack and roulette tables. I joined the roulette table because I figured I didn't feel like testing my blackjack basic strategy prowess. To start, I placed a few outside bets and I broke even. At the same time, I noticed a few of my colleagues already had twice the number of chips I had. I felt that as a new guy, I needed to prove I knew what I was doing and come up with a solid strategy to start winning. I looked around and noticed a board showing the table stats. It displayed the last 20 lucky numbers, colors, and some other useful stuff. Just like this one. I figured I would count the color that hit the most in the last 20 spins and bet on the opposite. If I missed on the next spin, I would double my bet. Some of you might already see where it's going. After about 20 minutes, I was up a few £100 and decided to leave the table. I knew at least to quit while I'm up. Super proud of myself, I took the chips I won and joined the rest of the group at the bar. Inevitably, everyone congratulated me on the stack of chips I brought and asked me about my strategy. I was more than happy to explain my data-driven strategy of betting on the cold caller, hoping to earn some experience points with the team. Imagine my disappointment when they all left and warned me it might not work the next time. When I tried to defend my strategy, they pointed me toward what had happened in Monte Carlo in 1913. Monte Carlo problem, or gambler's fallacy, is a false belief that past events can influence future events. For example, the fact that a roulette ball has landed 10 times in a row on black doesn't mean that the chances of it landing on red are higher on the next spin. A great example of this is what happened at Monte Carlo Casino in 1913 when a roulette wheel spun black 26 times in a row. If you want to look more into the research behind the gambler's fallacy, check the description of this video, where you will find links to a few research papers showing how it influences people betting patterns on roulette, lottery, slots, and even regular video games. However, all you need to remember for now is that any betting strategy based on hot or cold numbers will fail sooner or later, and those stats are displayed only to help you rationalize your betting, not to win more. The second strategy casinos employ is to get you playing roulette game variations that have different payout structure than regular European roulette and are more volatile. Volatility in gambling is basically how often and how much the game pays out. A low volatility game lets you win small amounts very often, meaning that you will get to play the game for longer with a smaller budget, but ultimately your chances of winning big are rather low. High volatility games, on the other hand, let you win very rarely, but give you a chance to win massive jackpots. In modern gambling, high volatility games are all the rage. This type of game gives you the highest dopamine hit, it's easy to market, and streamers on Twitch and YouTube want to play it because it's easier to get views for videos with $1 million wins than $1,000 wins. especially if the budget is not an issue for them. And most importantly, research suggests that players spend more and play for longer on games with higher volatility. This strategy worked so well for casinos that extremely volatile roulette variations like Extreme Lightning Roulette, Power Up Roulette, Mega Roulette and Royal Riches are now more popular than regular roulette games. That was a tongue twister. Should you stay away from those roulette variations then? No. You just need to know what the risks are and make sure to check out the pay table before you play. Payout on straight number bets is usually lower than on regular roulette games. Check out my roulette guide on dgbets.com to get an overview of all different types of roulette games, including recommendations on where to play, table limits, and the best strategies. The third strategy is something that probably 90% of online casino complaints mention. Casino terms and conditions, specifically bonus terms and conditions. Roulette players can find online casino bonuses challenging. Most deposit welcome bonuses need to be wagered between 20 and 40 times, meaning you need to bet the amount you have won from the bonus funds that many times in the casino. Whatever you have left afterwards is yours to withdraw. Often, roulette will be wholly excluded from the list of the games you can wager your bonus money on, or will contribute only 10 to 20% to the wagering requirement. Very often, players are not aware of those restrictions. Casinos do not make it easy to understand the terms and conditions, but if the player breaches them, they confiscate the money from the bonus. There's a very easy way to avoid these type of issues. Go to the casino you want to play at, scroll down, go to bonus terms and conditions and click Command F. Search for the word roulette and see which types of roulette games are excluded from the bonus wagering list. Search for the word max to see if there's a max bet or max withdrawal amount for the bonus winnings. You can also search for the name of the country you're currently in to see if that country is not blocked from claiming bonuses by this casino. In order to protect yourself from going flat out broke the moment you start playing online roulette, follow these steps. Check bonus terms and conditions. Search for the words roulette, max, and your country name. Choose the right game. European roulette if you're up for a classic, never American roulette, or a live roulette game variation like lightning roulette if you want more excitement, but make sure to check the payouts first. Avoid gambler's fallacy and just ignore the stats above the table. Your brain is not evolved to understand statistics. However, all this will not help you win any money if you do not follow the right betting strategy. There are as many roulette strategies as there are players around the table, and most of them are nonsense. One thing you need to keep in mind is that there's no foolproof roulette system that 100% guarantees a win. However, roulette systems can increase your odds and extend your playtime. One of the 4 systems I explain in the next 60 seconds actually helped me turn $3,800 into $5,700 in about 2 hours a few weeks ago. I will leave a link to the recording of that session below, but try to guess which strategy I used in the comments. Martingale system. This strategy can be used on any bet that pays 1-to-1. Every time you lose a bet, you double the money you've been betting. Simple. Problems start when you run out of money or hit the table bet limit. Fibonacci. This strategy can be used on 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 bets. On every losing bet, you move on to the next number in the Fibonacci sequence. Bet size progression is a lot slower than with Martingale, but you can still hit the table limit if you encounter a long losing streak. Dalembert. This strategy can be used on any bet since the progression is slow. If you lose, you increase your bet by 1 unit. If you win, you decrease by 1. Paroli. This strategy can be used on any 1-to-1 bet. It's a positive progression strategy. Every time you win, you rebet the money you've won until you hit your progression limit, which most players set at 3 wins in a row. When that happens, you go back to your base bet. Check out the video on my winning roulette session here.